Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From the Grenadian capital, this is Network News for Thursday, January 16, 2025. In the headlines, RGPF says no amplified music on Independence Day. Police stage walkabout to strengthen relationship with the public. Grenadians urged to act responsibly during the dry season. Grenada Food and Nutrition Council advocates for cleanliness amid global concerns about HMPV cases. Also in the news regionally, the Trinidadian leader doubles down on controversial comments about police officers hiding from criminals. Internationally, Israeli military intensifies attacks across Gaza since ceasefire announcement. Plus, in the sports news, West Indies Test head coach says West Indies unfazed by pitch conditions. We'll bring you the details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Police have confirmed that they will not be granting amplification sound license or permission for any private sector activity that will be held on Independence Day, February 7, 2025. Further, the events that are granted license or permission for February 6 must conclude by midnight. Last year, with less than 48 hours to go before the February 7 celebration of the 50th anniversary of independence from Great Britain, police issued a notice cancelling the licenses that were granted for that day. Orlando Romain, the then creative director of the National Organizing Committee for the 50th independence celebrations, said the decision of the Royal Grenada Police Force to revoke all amplification sound license issued sought to ensure that there was no other event that will draw a mass crowd on Independence Day. When asked about the granting of permission for activities on February 6 and 7 this year, the Community Relations Department of the RGPF confirmed that permission will not be granted this year. No official reason has been provided. Recently, businessman Kenny Lal Singh described this decision as one that needs to be revisited. In a post on January 11, Lal Singh expressed, "Why should shows for entertainment on the night of the eve of independence be stopped for no good reason? Please revisit." People who commented under the post expressed concern about the decision. Jackie Alexis, chair of the National Celebrations Committee, said she is unaware of such decision. Well, in an effort to foster a better working relationship between the community and police, members of the RGPF on Thursday embarked on a walkabout in a number of communities in St. George. We have more in this Christina John report.
Residents of various communities are being assured that their concerns will be heard and or looked into by members of the RGPF. This as officers attached to the Central Division began 2025 with a community policing initiative in the form of a walkthrough. This initiative promises to be continuous and would be embraced by other divisions or stations throughout the country. That's according to Sergeant Roy Henry, officer attached to the Central Division.
Of course, you will understand from time to time, police go into the community when a report is made. However, we want to fix that. We want to get into the community when no report is made, so the patrons or the villagers can see the police. And the event something happens, they can have a contact with the station via the individual, so we know exactly where to go whenever something happens. However, the main reason behind it is to curb all crime and offenses. We believe if we get into the community, we could encourage communities to be more united, because we get into the village, common part of them. We'll be able to counsel them whenever simple things happen and not wait in the station until something big happens and then they have to contact the police. And that's the reason why we get into the community.
Willis St. George was one of the first villages to be visited, followed by Independence Avenue. Some of the villagers highlighted their concerns.
Well, one of the major concerns they raised this morning was the concern of derelict vehicles being parked on the side of the road. And what is happening now, unlawful combatants, vagrants are now harboring themselves into that vehicles. And one of the villagers were able to complain that they miss item and they suspect the harboring of that individual in that vehicle would have sold that items. Of course, we will look into it. We'll look at to see who is the owner of the vehicle. I will either have them move it voluntarily or we'll have to move it forcefully.
Sergeant Henry said their interactions with the people of Willis was well received and noted that land disputes were one of the challenges facing community members.
Willis is a large community, and it's a community of mix. A lot of teenage and other youths. Of course, we have, again, persons not going to schools in that community. And that's why we chose Willis to interact with at the first community. And we had a general turnout, mixed age. And I must say it was well received and well participated by the villagers. So we, of course, because it's a community where we have inclusion of young, old, people migrating to Willis, we have a lot of domestic issues. We have a lot of threats. And since our visit, I must say it's have been kind of died down a little bit. So we know it's not a one-stop. We have to go back into the village.
The Community Policing Initiative is part of the RGPF's pursuit of its mandate to ensure the safety of the citizenry. The officer's final stop was the capital, St. George's.
We are in the town, of course. We have a cruise ship in Main Shift 2 is in the town. We have in excess of 3,000 tourists visiting our capital, our city. We have patrol across the market area. Of course, the spice market, the gem of the Caribbean, the jealous of the world. So we have to ensure the safety of tourists becomes priority. So our aim at the front of the mall right now is just to ensure people feel safe, tourists feel safe, the taximen feel safe as we show our presence in the town. I may not be able to tell you accurately we're visiting Montparnasse or we're visiting Belmont, but what I could assure you, and assure all the communities and your listeners and viewers, we will be visiting all the communities around the Central Division and likewise the other station around the capital of our parishes. We looked at most time the troubled areas and the areas where nobody make any report, because sometimes no report means people are dealing with their own issues, and sometimes the reported areas they want to see police present.
Christina John, GBN News.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is promoting public awareness and urgent compliance with fire safety regulations to prevent property damage and uncontrolled fires during the dry season. We have more in this report.
As Grenada prepares for the upcoming dry season, the Royal Grenada Police Force is raising public awareness about the proper procedures and regulations surrounding the lighting of fires on agricultural land and within communities. This includes adhering to stipulated guidelines for fire ignition. Speaking on GBN's To The Point program, Sergeant Augustine Mitchell highlighted that individuals may be required to apply for a license to legally light fires.
There are two laws in relation to setting of fire. We have the Agriculture Act, and then we have the law setting of fires. 72, chapter 72, 144, 147 guide us on setting fires. It's not on agriculture purposes, but you want to set fire. There are some guidelines in relation to that, where you must inform neighbors, you must have water, you're burning small heaps and so forth. In relation to the agriculture give you provision that you have to apply to the Chief Extension Officer, the Ministry of Agriculture. Yes. And then you get a license to do so. But on that license, there are some guidelines.
Sergeant Mitchell also noted that not every applicant will be granted a license, but there are alternative options available for those who are denied.
But not every time that you apply for a license, you guarantee that you're going to get a license. Okay. Sometimes you're being refused a license, but you have an option where you can reapply, not to the Chief Extension Officer, but you can apply to the Minister of Agriculture to do so. Right. If you apply and within 10 days you didn't obtain a license, then you are free to go ahead and burn. Okay. But there is you are responsible for any damages, any cause of any fire damages, so any property, agriculture, lands or anything, you're responsible. So
he urged the public to act responsibly during the dry season, emphasizing the potential for fires to spread and cause significant damage to properties. Mitchell also outlined the penalties for lighting fires illegally, reinforcing the importance of compliance with fire safety regulations.
Persons can be arrested if they fail to adhere to the laws that govern it. The penalty, $500 or 3 months imprisonment or both. The agriculture part of it, if persons fail to adhere to the guidelines on the license, they also can be penalized. They can be arrested and charged for the offense. Last year we had a few arrests in relation to it, and person was brought to court.
With the dry season approaching, the Royal Grenada Police Force is urging caution and compliance with fire safety regulations to prevent property damage and uncontrolled blazes. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Grenada's Paralympic athletes are gearing up to improve their performances in their respective sports. Here's the report.
Athletes who have been exposed to overseas training in 2024 have begun their preparation for competition in 2025. In a release, the Grenada Paralympics Committee said one of its new recruits, Raquel Williams, is an exciting prospect with the ability to compete in multiple para sports. The 22-year-old from Pearl St. Andrew, who is currently residing in Darbo, St. George, walks with the aid of crutches. His legs do not have the strength to carry him, but he is absolutely passionate about training and perfecting his skills as a sitting field event athlete and powerlifter. Pictured in the video is Raquel and his coach Anthony Antoine working out in Mauritius during last year's Commonwealth Game Camp. Raquel and Nickel Walters recently returned from Brazil after attending a 2-week training and classification program. They were accompanied by Coach Ronald Charles. Now that they are home, the focus is on continuing their gym work and improving their throws in their respective field events.
So the Brazil trip was more about adding to the amount of athletes that we already have, international athletes representing Grenada at any para event in track and field. So we did what we call classification, and we also got a chance to compete at the Brazil National Championship, which is a massive South American event. and it's by what in terms of classifications where they put athletes in the correct class according to their disability so that they can compete on the international stage. So in this event, we had two athletes, Raquel George and Nickel Walters. Nickel actually represented Grenada before the 2023 Pan American Games. He also won gold for Grenada this last year at the Desert Games in the U.S. But he has what you call a review, so he couldn't take part in the Olympic Games sadly because he was up for review. And he needed a confirmation on his disability so that he can be approved for international events. Raquel George is more of a new athlete. We just had him went to Mauritius in Africa in November to do a CAPS camp under the Commonwealth. And he is now classified to represent Grenada at any global events as well.
Charles spoke about the athletes' readiness for international competition.
Yes, they are on par for international competition. As I said, Nickel won gold for Grenada at the Desert Games last year. And, Raquel, he's also did well. He came fourth in the wheelchair racing event at the Brazil Championship. Nickel was also fourth in the javelin behind the Olympic gold medalist. So yes, I do believe that they are on par and ready for international competition.
Cyclist Sheldon Francois is another Grenadian para-athlete exposed to an international cycling union training program in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago. He was accompanied by Coach Troy Phillip. The Grenada Paralympics Committee is endeavoring to recruit many more physically challenged athletes during 2025. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Still to come in Network News, Grenada Food and Nutrition Council advocates cleanliness amid global concern about HMPV.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
At Ariza, we find ways to celebrate you. Little wins or bigger ones. Working hard and staying on track. Meet your need while saving for your dreams with our Cheers to You loan. Get up to $50,000, repayable in up to 10 years, and benefit from a lump sum saving when the loan is repaid. Live those dreams. Follow those steps. Take that leap of faith or invest in yourself. Make a toast. Lift a glass. Cheers to you. Join today and apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
The first major bingo event of 2025 is happening on Sunday, February 2nd. Get ready as Megaforce Promotions presents the massive Appreciation Mega Bingo. Everyone's going to be heading to Monroe Plain Field from 5 p.m. for this one because you can win up to $50,000 in cash. And hear this, the first 1,000 people to enter gets a complimentary drink. And that's not the best part. Tickets are only $40. Buy one and get one free.
That's serious?
Yes, Sunday, February 2nd, Megaforce is doing it big again with the massive Appreciation Mega Bingo.
Grenadian Grenadians, the National Celebrations Committee invites you to celebrate the next 50, embracing a future of development, transformation, and unity as we ready ourselves to mark the Grenada's 51st anniversary of independence. On February 7th, 2025, activities include the Independence Monarch Competition semifinals, January 25th at Lassaget's Playing Field, with the final carded for Saturday, February 1st at the Sutters Bus Terminal. National Church Service, February 2nd, 3 p.m., Crossview RC Church. February 6th, National Colors Day, Interministerial Competition and Independence Cultural Extravaganza from 7 p.m. at the Grenfell Bus Terminal. And on Friday, 7th, it's the grand finale at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, the Independence Day Rally, Military Parade, and Made in Grenada Expo. Let's all celebrate in true Grenadian unity, the anniversary of our 51st independence.
Grenada is such a beautiful country.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anne, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
During 2024, the Ministry of Social Development, through its social housing program, assisted with building 51 bathrooms through its bathrooms and toilets program, contributing to repairing 151 houses and constructed 105 houses. The total cost of these projects was not revealed. However, in the 2024 budget statement, Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall informed the House of Representatives that the sum of $14 million was allocated for the continuation of the provision of material assistance and support. Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl in July, a further sum of $4 million was allocated to the social housing program, while a sum of $15 million was allocated to the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation to assist with the construction of 200 houses. In an end-of-year interview with the Government Information Service, Minister for Social Development Gloria Thomas said it's a challenge administering social housing.
It is a challenge in administering social housing because children who just leave school and they buy the mother, they're telling you they want a house, and you will try to counsel them. You will ask them what are their plans, how they go about owning a house. You tell them, you ask them to explain to you options, how you plan to own your house. Do you want to work and save first? Do you want to ensure that you have a job? Will you want to go to the credit union to get a soft loan? Do you want to go to housing authority and apply for the 40,000 and start? No, miss, I want a house and I want a free house. So you have to be able to guide young people. You have to be able to guide young people and help them to work to achieve.
Other news. Merlin Hosford-Williams, Director of Consumer Affairs, has disclosed that her office received 95 complaints since opening on March 15, 2024. Approved in 2018 during the previous administration, the Consumer Protection Act came into effect in June 2020, but the office was not opened until 2024. We can tell you too, the office falls under the ministerial portfolio of Senator Claudette Joseph, who is the Minister for Consumer Affairs.
So far, we have achieved a number of, so far we have engaged with our key stakeholders, some of which, we're not even aware of the Act and what it provides. So we will have engaged with the Royal Grenada Police Force as an example. And we met with the Eastern Division officers, and we were able to share vital knowledge on how to handle consumer complaints, just as a part of strengthening as well the collaborative effort between the office and our stakeholders.
She said it is especially critical that her office empowers consumers.
One of the most important workshops that we held as well was with our suppliers. We had over 27 businesses represented in that workshop, and we held it under the topic Compliance Matters, because we wanted to ensure that our suppliers are knowledgeable of what is included in the Act, to ensure that they remain compliant, as well as provide that level of service to our consumers.
She said consumers' engagement with the office is extremely important because it gives them an opportunity to understand their rights and what they can execute in terms of their grievances, as well as know their rights to information. According to the legislation, the responsibilities of the office shall include A, carrying out investigation on its own initiative or at the request of any person. Such investigations in relation to the conduct of business or any complaint by a consumer in relation to the supply of goods or services that will enable the office to determine whether any person is engaged in practices that are in contravention of this Act, or whether goods or services are supplied in contravention of this Act. B, making reports and recommendations as it thinks fit to the Minister in respect of investigations made. C, promoting the development of and monitoring the operations of organizations formed to provide services for the protection of consumers to ensure that they fulfill the criteria listed in Section 5 of the law and ensure that the consumers' interests receive due consideration at such forums. And D, collecting, compiling, and analyzing information in relation to any trade or business and the marketing of goods and services. Now, with the human metapneumovirus, HMPV, spreading globally, causing upper respiratory infections, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council is urging everyone to prioritize thorough hand washing, especially before eating. The rest of the details in this report.
According to the World Health Organization, the WHO, viruses often enter the body through orifices such as eyes, nose, and mouth after we touch contaminated surfaces. These surfaces can include the backs of bus seats, which is often used for balance, photocopier buttons, countertops, shared computer keyboards, car steering wheel, remote control, door handles, and or ATM keypads. By touching these surfaces and consuming foods without washing hands or licking one's fingers after handling food, they risk exposing themselves not only to HMPV but also to other pathogens such as E. coli and rotavirus. These can lead to the flu, gastrointestinal infections, diarrhea, and abdominal discomfort. So how long should you wash your hands? The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, using the guidance of the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, and the WHO, they recommends that individuals should wash hands for at least 20 to 40 seconds. By washing our hands properly, especially before touching and eating foods, the risk of illness is significantly reduced. Here are some steps you can follow. Wet your hands with clean running water. Apply soap and rub thoroughly while singing or humming the happy birthday song at least twice. Make sure to lather the palm of your hands, the back of your hands, between your fingers, your fingertips, thumbs, wrist, and under your nails. Rinse your hands well under clean running water. Take a paper towel to dry your hands. The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well by making these simple habits a part of your daily lives to stay healthy and safe. Crystalina John, GBN News.
Still to come in network news, today marks 81 years since the opening of Pearls Airfield in St. Andrew. My colleague Rena Thomas will have the report.
It happens to all of us. Low on cash and in need of money right away. Play Instacash Monday to Sunday and there are no draws.
So what you saying? No numbers to choose from?
Nope.
And no draw sessions to wait on?
Nope.
And we can play it anytime and any day?
Yep. Including Sundays. Instacash. Ask for it by name and choose from a wide variety of games as low as $2 and win instantly. It is fast, it is easy to play, and you win cash right away. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Whether it's a furniture upgrade or appliance replacement, it's easy when you shop using Courts Ready Finance. Get more flexibility by choosing your payment terms, more affordability with low monthly payments, and more access with fast and easy application. Plus, there's no down payment and you make your first payment in 30 days. Get great deals and gifts with select purchase. Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Rebecca Television Center today, January 16, marks 81 years since the opening of Pearls Airfield in St. Andrew, the first airport established in Grenada. More in this Rena Thomas report.
The opening of Pearl's airstrip on January 16, 1943 marked Grenada's first gateway to the world through air transportation, a significant milestone in the island's connectivity. Prior to Pearl's, Grenadians relied solely on sea travel, as the high cost of air travel made flying impartial for most residents well into the 1960s. Although Point Salines was initially considered a preferred location for an airport, the Pearls estate owned by the De Gale family was chosen and purchased for the project. The site had previously been used as a golf course, and construction of the runway uncovered remnants of the Pearls Amerindian site, which was unfortunately destroyed in the process. The grass airstrip located in Pearl St. Andrew was eventually paved and extended to 5,000 feet, accommodating small aircraft and operating exclusively during daytime hours. However, the airport's limitations, including high hills to the east and exposed to hazardous crosswinds, made expansion impossible. These challenges were frequently cited as barriers to the growth of tourism on the island. In the 1980s, the People's Revolutionary Government initiated the construction of an international airport at Point Salines. With the completion of this modern facility in 1984, Pearl's Airport was decommissioned. Today, the site serves as a camp for the Special Services Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force, while the abandoned airstrip has found new life as a revenue for motor car racing. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
This other story before the break. Approximately 1 month after being elected political leader of the opposition New National Party, Emmeline Pear is embarking on what the party has described as a vision tour of the island. According to a flyer promoting the tour, she will be conducting meetings in the constituencies, connecting with supporters, strengthening unity, and sharing the party's strategic plan for the future. The first meeting was scheduled for River Sally St. Patrick on Monday, January 13 at the River Sally Primary School. Besides Pear, the other executive members scheduled to participate in the tour are the chairman of the party, Dr. Keith Mitchell, General Secretary Roland Bola, and Public Relations Officer Kitaka Mawuto. Emmeline Pear emerged a new political leader of the NNP during its convention in December last year. We'll be back to report the sports news. Stay close.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Good evening, sporting fans. First off, Cricket West Indies CWI started 2025 with 3 groundbreaking high-performance programs aimed at elevating the standard of West Indies cricket across all levels. The initiatives brought together international expertise and regional talent in an unprecedented effort to strengthen playing and coaching capabilities. The first 2 initiatives focus on advanced batting techniques against spin bowling and enhancing spin bowling capabilities with a focus on wrist spin. The specialized high-performance bat and spin bowling camp began on January 11 and runs until January 17. It features 30 of the region's most promising players under the guidance of Chennai Super Kings Academy head coach Ram Krishnamurthy and spin bowling coach Amar Rashid. The 6-day intensive programs aim to refine participants' skills. For players like Matthew Nandu, Guyana, Kirk McKenzie, Jamaica, and Kevin Wickham, Barbados, this camp builds on their experience at the Chennai Super Kings Academy in India last year, where they trained alongside 4 other West Indies players. The third initiative is a coaching symposium held at the Coolidge Cricket Ground in Antigua from January 13 to 15. The symposium aims to enhance the skill sets of regional franchise coaches while broadening their knowledge to support franchise and international players' development. We can tell you too, the symposium's key objectives included bringing clarity to coaches on the requirements for developing and managing players at the franchise level to meet the West Indies brand. It was also aimed at empowering and enabling a collaborative learning community among coaches to achieve world-class outcomes. West Indies Test head coach Andre Kohli believes that the regional side is fully prepared for whatever conditions they face in their upcoming Test series against Pakistan. The West Indies will take on the home side in a 2-match Test series beginning on Friday as they look to wrap up this cycle of the World Test Championship. The pitches in Pakistan's home series against England last October, which they won 2-1, catered to spin and Pakistan named spinners Noman Ali, Sajid Khan and Abra Ahmed in their 15-member squad last week. However, speaking to reporters during a press conference on Wednesday, Kohli said the team's balance meant they were suited for any conditions they encountered. All right, talk about that one. Finally, in the sports news, the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League CPL has reached a milestone with its combined digital and broadcast viewership surpassing 1 billion for the first time. According to a CPL release, the total combined viewership for 2024 was 1.13 billion, an increase of 32% from 2023. It said the tournament has seen improved viewership in India, the Caribbean and the United States, as well as a significant increase across CPL's social media channels. The tournament was seen worldwide with key broadcasting deals in the Caribbean, India, the Middle East, the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, New Zealand, and South Africa. It was also streamed on the CPL's YouTube and Facebook pages and all other territories. The 2024 tournament saw 34 matches in 6 countries with games in Antigua, Barbados, Guyana, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and Trinidad. The 2024 winners were the St. Lucia Kings, who claimed their maiden CPL title at the Guyana National Stadium in Providence. That's the sports news for now. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, is doubling down on his controversial comments about police officers hiding from criminals in police stations, but insists his words were taken out of context. Speaking exclusively to CNC3 News, he sought to clarify that he never intended to offend the dedicated officers who risk their lives to protect law-abiding citizens.
Police officers whose job it is to protect us and to secure us in some districts at night are so afraid of the criminals that they close the police station door, turn off the light, and be inside there hoping that the criminals don't come at them.
Those comments from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley during the SOE debate on Monday earned him a rebuttal from the top cop, as well as stern rebuke from former police commissioners, criminologists, and the Police Association. Now, Dr. Rowley is hitting back at what he says are, quote, overblown criticisms, telling CNC3 News via WhatsApp that his statements were rooted in fact. He adds that he was not criticizing police officers, but was highlighting the brazenness of criminals, and says he has consistently highlighted the bravery of policemen and women who stand between citizens and criminals. But former acting police commissioner Stephen Williams says Dr. Rowley's comments were damaging, even if he did not intend to offend police.
That might be true, but making this statement in the public domain, it is what is the concern. It doesn't add anything to improving our situation. It in fact encourages the criminal because it gives them a feeling that we have the police on the run, they hiding from us.
However, the minister in the Ministry of National Security with responsibility for the TTPS, Keith Scotland, says Dr. Rowley's comments were taken out of context. He also reaffirmed the state's confidence in and support of the police.
That we remain committed to the job and doing it together. And I ask the police officers to judge us by our actions and the resources placed in the police force, and we will continue to do that, and they will have unequivocally the unwavering support that is there for them.
Further afield, the Israeli military has shown no sign of ending its bombardment in Gaza until the agreement comes into effect. It carried out intense airstrikes across the Strip, killing at least 73 Palestinians and injuring dozens more since the announcement was made. One of the Israeli strikes that happened after the ceasefire was announced killed 20 Palestinians.
After the ceasefire announcement yesterday, the Israeli fighter jets have intensified their attacks, targeting several homes across the Gaza Strip. I'm now standing in Jabalia city. The Israeli fighter jets have targeted this residential building. At least 20 Palestinians were killed and dozens were injured and transported to the nearest hospital. The situation here is getting much more dire. As you can see, the scale of the destruction inflicted to this residential building and the buildings surrounding this targeted home. As you can see here, civilians are trying to move from a shock state after they have been celebrating yesterday the ceasefire announcement. They ended up being targeted and brutally killed at midnight.
As we were celebrating the ceasefire announcement, the Israeli warplanes took us by surprise. I woke up to find myself lying in hospital with head injuries. All my brothers and my aunts were killed. I miraculously survived as a civil defense member pulled me from under the rubble.
A reminder of the headlines right after this. reminder of the headlines. RGPF says no amplified music on Independence Day. Police stage walkabout to strengthen relationship with the public. Grenadians urged to act responsibly during the dry season. Grenada Food and Nutrition Council advocates for cleanliness amid global concerns about HMPV cases. Also in the news, regionally, the Trinidadian leader doubles down on controversial comments about police officers hiding from criminals. Internationally, Israeli military intensifies attacks across Gaza since ceasefire announcement. Plus, in the sports news, West Indies Test head coach says West Indies unfazed by pitch conditions. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste in the Grenadian capital. That's all from us in the newsroom for the moment. Thank you. Good night.